The PL Show is brought to you by Kel Chaco, Kel 360, and Kel Kids Toothpaste. It's good to see you here on a Sunday afternoon. You're welcome to the Kel Toothpaste PL Show. I am Kameni Amano. My guest today is a firebrand politician. If you've been staying with us in this season, we've been talking to women in politics, shining the spotlight on these women who are at the forefront of politics in this country. And my guest today needs no introduction, but I'll do it anyway. She's former Volta Regional Minister and she's MP for Krachi West Constituency. We'll hear more about her, but remember that the Kel Toothpaste PL Show is brought to you by the Kel Toothpaste brands Kel 360, Kel Kids, and Kel Chaco. I am Kameni Amano, and we'll be right back.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel Kids Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel Kids. Happy smile.
Welcome back. We are just about to have that conversation with MP for Krachi West Constituency, Helen Adjoa Ntoso. You're welcome to the PL Show.
Thank you very much.
I am not sure our paths have ever crossed, not even when you were Volta Regional Minister. I don't think so.
I don't think so. I was also the Eastern Regional Minister.
Look at that. But why do you think people describe you as a firebrand?
I'm described as a firebrand because I have a very strong political shock absorbers. I don't care what people think about me. I care about what God says I am. So I go in when I want to, when I'm actually after something, I go for it because the scripture says that Philippians 4:13 says that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So my inspiration is from the Holy Spirit.
Right.
The Holy Spirit inspires me to do what He wants me to do, and I go for it.
I mean, this affection for God, has it always been a part of you?
Actually, I was brought up as a Catholic.
Right.
But along the line, I had to go outside the country and to be trained as a missionary. I'm a reverend minister of the gospel.
Yeah. I'm eager to hear the story, but let's stay in your childhood because I want to hear how Reverend Minister decided that, okay, it's time to, move away from the pulpit to the political podium, right? So, where does your story begin?
I was brought up in a hamlet where the houses were about 9 houses in a village where there was no light, no good drinking water. We're walking 4 miles, carrying all this big headpan to go and fetch water in the morning. And then you go 2 times, walking 4 miles. You go 2 times and then you come back and get ready for the farm. So my father trained us because he was a big time farmer. But it started when we were in Krachi in 1964. We were resettled in the new Krachi because Krachi is a resettlement community. As a result of the building of the dam, Krachi is among the 52 communities that were resettled by the first president in 1964. So we moved from old Krachi to now the new Krachi, which is a resettlement community, and Krachi is almost a peninsula. So my father, the land in Krachi was not still not too fertile. So my father moved to Nkwanta South, where, undertaking his farming activities. So we were brought up in his small village. And then my mother, when my father also married my mom for 10 years, my mom was not having children. So they had to now depend on God because they were moving from one fetish shrine to the other. And after 10 years, they decided just to stay, give up, and wait.
And so were you the first one that came after 10 years?
Second.
Second one that came
Yes.
after 10 years. Amazing.
Second, older sister Margaret. So then what happened was that after the first born, my late sister Margaret, my mother started having children almost every 2 years. So now the first one, we moved to my grandma. And then when the next one comes, then you move. Then you take you to my grandma. So she wasn't actually having the children with her.
Okay. So how
Then
many
the fourth
did she
one,
have?
11.
Wow. Such a strong woman.
Yes. So she had 11 children. Some were born on the farm.
Right. I see. But you also said that you were trained by your father.
Yes.
Where was your mother in that picture?
My mother was there. But what happened was that during vacations, we have to come to them to work on the farm. So then, because he has some little money, so when we resume, you know what, you hire a truck,
Okay.
load our yams, our foodstuffs to Osramani.
Which is where grandma is.
Which yes. So we have a lot of food. So when we're on vacation, then we'll go to them.
I see.
So we're only going to them.
I mean, but as a child, what did you think about that, state of living?
We thought it was full of fun. Yeah, with grandma, when you're on holidays, you go to mommy and daddy. And then when you know how grandmas can, pamper. So when you're on holidays, you go to your mom and your dad, who are always very busy on the farm from morning to evening. Yeah. But with grandma, no farming activities. Yeah. So if we are with grandma, we are happy. We go to grandpa, we go to our mom and dad, we are happy in a way. But then it gets a time when you are in a hurry to go back to grandma. Right.
I mean, so it means that by the time you were, an adult, you knew how to farm.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Let's talk about education. What was it like then?
From Osramani, the primary school, the middle school, from Osramani, then we moved to Krachi Secondary School, and then so 17 hours, I guess, prefect in Krachi Senior High School. Then after that, and don't forget that I said, when you're on holidays, you've got to go to the farm. Yes, go to the farm. So he really helped us and train us, and because my older sister was, female, and me female, so my daddy was training me as the boy of the house. I mean, his firstborn, was a lady, a girl, and then me coming as a girl. That's why I'm calling Ntoso. The first one, my dad is Kojo, my mom Adjoa, the firstborn Adjoa, and me to Adjoa. So it's Adjoa Ntoso.
Ntoso.
Yes.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
Wow. I like the story behind that. Yeah. But then, despite you being named Ntoso, he goes on to train you as a boy.
Yes.
Because he wanted you to be tough.
He wanted me to be tough.
And I mean, how important would you say that training you got from your dad is to you today, even back then as a growing child?
Along the line, I realized that it was a good thing, because what girls couldn't do, he was training me as a boy, like climbing a tree, climbing a pawpaw tree to pluck, climbing a mango tree, and doing certain stuff like boys would normally do. He was training me, a girl, and training me to do things that boys were doing.
Yeah.
So it started from there.
Back then, as a growing child, what did you want to be?
Actually, I wanted to be a soldier.
Obviously.
So I wanted to be a soldier. But after secondary school, I think my daddy didn't want me to be a soldier.
I see.
He realized that I was getting too tough, so he didn't want me to be a soldier. But I dodged him. I dodged him in a way, because after secondary school, I went to St. Francis Training College.
Right.
And then I was posted to Accra.
Right.
I was teaching at Krachi West 78 Middle School. Now, probably to be a JSS or so.
Okay.
And this was 1982. Then I joined the revolution.
Okay, and we'll talk a bit more about you joining the revolution. My guest today on the Kel Toothpaste PL show is Krachi West MP, Helen Adjoa Ntoso. Not Ntoso like we have been saying, Ntoso, you know. And she's been sharing her very exciting childhood story with us. I want us to take a look at how she began and where she is now in pictures. Here's the Seed to Oak segment. Fantastic. What you've just seen is the CTO segment, which is brought to you by the Kelkis toothpaste brand. If you're looking for something suitable for your children between the ages of 2 to 6 years old, find them the Kelkis toothpaste brand, because it would help remove plaque from their mouths. It will keep their breath fresh all through the day, and it's strawberry flavored. The product is approved by the Food and Drugs Authority, and you can rely on its quality. But let's come back to Honorable, who is still here with us. You said you joined the revolution.
Yep.
Tell me about that. Why? When?
You know, in 79, when Papa J came on the scene, students, you know, were shouting. Those days, students were actually supporting him. So we were doing this voluntary work. You know, students, because we're supporting during the holidays, areas where, you know, we had cocoa. So we'll go and help carry cocoa to make sure that they will not send them outside the country. So we're helping. We call it cocoa evacuation. So we're all helping in that. Then still I was in school. Then after school, this was 82, I was posted to Accra. So when I was posted in Accra, in 83, there was a drought in Ghana. I was in Kanishi, Awudome Estate to be precise. So I joined the CDRs, and we were in charge of evacuation of flour from the harbor and distributing to bakers. And then we were giving them time for the bread to be sold to the public. So after baking, you couldn't sell to the public unless we come to sell.
I see.
So I was a bit popular in Kaneshi area here because we were doing the sale of bread. So at 3 o'clock, we give time 3 o'clock, people come and queue.
Wow.
And then we sell the bread to them.
How old were you then?
I was 22. I was 22 years when I joined.
So obviously your love for military must have attracted you to the revolution.
Yeah.
But did you know what you were getting yourself into, you know, when we said this was a revolution?
Yes, just you know, I felt it was a recruitment of tough people, tough guys. So I also wanted to join as a tough person.
I thought was one in Kakra.
Yeah.
I was saying, yeah, what's one in Kakra? Did it occur to you that you could have suffered consequences of joining the revolution?
I wasn't bothered.
You were not bothered?
Because I was bent on doing that.
I
Don't
see.
forget, I said I wanted to join the military.
Yes, so
And I
you
didn't
were
have the
ready for
police,
anything.
So, yes, so you know, I wasn't bothered at all.
Wow.
Because, you know, at that time, a lot of people were happy about what was happening in the country. People were hiding even clothes, you know, to sell. You go to Makola and it is a broomstick. They use maybe a piece of material to tie a broomstick. And then when you get there, you know that this cloth, and then you say that I want this cloth. They will go inside and bring the cloth to you. So people had items and then they were hiding.
Wow.
So some of us, you know, were not too mature, but at least at the age of 22, 24, we knew what we were about.
What
just
did your
to
parents?
support.
What did your parents say about that?
Don't forget they were in the village.
So they didn't
And
know
I
what
was
was
in
going.
Accra. They didn't know what was going on in Accra.
And you didn't tell them.
I didn't tell them. It was after my training that when I was, posted, to the border area. This was Nkwanta South. Now Nkwanta North, Nkwanta South. It's a border area. So I was posted there. So when I went, then they realized that now our daughter is armed, fully armed.
Wajinsem.
Yes. Yes. Fully armed, riding and with
Wow.
my AK rifle behind me and all that.
And so when constitutional rule came,
92. Then we had to halt our activities, but I refused to go back to the classroom. Because I felt my mates were
far gone.
So I didn't want to go to the classroom. So now I had to divert. So in 97, I was appointed a district coordinator for NADMO, National Disaster Management Organization, posted to Krachi. Then 97, 98, 99, 2000, when NDC lost, I was fired. I tell people that if I wasn't fired, I wasn't thinking of going abroad. But because I was fired, I didn't have a job. I was using pen to write applications, and somebody brought a lot of addresses and all that to my village. So I was writing, applications, posting them, and then I had the opportunity in 2002 to work in a Retreat International Conference Center in North Devon in UK.
I see.
So that was when my missionary training started.
That's when the missionary,
Yes.
also by chance, or there was purpose to it.
So when I served at the retreat center, then now I began to have the passion to serve God.
Right. What do you think triggered that for you?
What happened was that, sadly, somebody put juju on my sister's chair. They had to put a needle and whatever on her chair at her workplace. And unfortunately, she died. It hurt my father so much. So in 99, my daddy died. So when my daddy died, I said, look, and my daddy, they had this lot of juju and the family shrine and all that, but these things were happening. So I said, look, I better have to give myself to the Lord. So that we'll be able to break this kind of, premature deaths and all that. So I gave myself to the Lord. And from that time, I've been very consistent. That, when you are brought up from a home where there was a lot of juju and the shrines and other things, and you come to know the Lord, you know the difference. Like the cheap people say, Maswa Nsa, and Maswa Shumahudia Emudru. So I've been this way and that way. So now I know the difference. The difference is too vast.
Let's talk about Helen now.
Yeah.
So you were Eastern Regional Minister?
Yep.
Water Regional Minister?
Yep.
And at what point did you start to rise through the ranks for the NDC?
When I returned from London, because I was already known, I was made the head of operations for the National Disaster Management Organization.
Right.
And when you're talking about head of operations, that it's not an easy task. Well, when there are disasters, you've got to move your operation guys to go to the accident scene. So I was becoming very popular in this country because anytime, and NADMO, because of that, NADMO became very popular.
I see.
When I was the head of operations, because in a disaster, we are there. Promptly, we are there, and to make sure that at least we give prompt relief before we go into registering people.
Right.
That was what we're doing.
How long were you Eastern Regional Minister for?
That was 2 years. Then I was appointed Water Regional Minister. There were a few issues, and I was asked to go to Eastern Region for 2 years. Then I was asked to go to Volta.
Volta.
Back to
What
Volta.
issues took you to the Eastern region?
The former president, JDM, saw that, like I said, when they know that you are tough, I know that there was supposed to have been a handing over, and there were issues. The handing over didn't happen. So I only had a call that he said I should go and take over. So then I went. And fortunately, when I went, there was also this issue about a conflict. There was a conflict among the Akwapims, 21-year-old conflict among the Akwapims. And God, being so good, God used me to solve that conflict. And they came together for the first time. They were not celebrating Ujura Festival. So it was when I brought them together. I made them sign a peace accord, treaty. So I became very popular. So in 2015, that's how I became the African Female Peace Champion. I was a judge, the African Female Peace Champion.
I see.
So I still hold the title.
Yeah. We see that. But what would you say are your achievements in the Volta region?
When I was moved from Eastern region to Volta region, there was this problem at Peki traditional area where the paramount chief, the late paramount chief, was in the morgue for 6 years because of chieftaincy issues. So after solving the problem in the Eastern region, when I went, the MP by then came to talk to me that we've done this in the Eastern region.
You have experience.
And we know that you can do this. And within some few months, I was able to do that, and the chief was buried. Then you know about this Nkonya-Lavanya conflict.
Yes.
Yes. I was very, very instrumental. And for the first time in several years, I managed, and now we could organize games that Nkonya guys could come to Alavanyo to play football games, and then these people were moving there too. When I was there.
While you were there.
Yes. So I did that, and then I also lobbied for projects also to be done in the Volta region. You know, we started this Eastern Corridor route, and then because JM is a listening president, the moment he put you, in a position, and you go sit with him and tell him that we need this, we need that, he listens, and he does it. So we had a lot of projects in the Volta region.
And before all of this, you had contested and won the election for your constituency in 2012.
In 2012, yeah.
How did you arrive at the decision to want to go into Parliament or go to Parliament?
You know what? I told I was a missionary. After my missionary work, I went to school, Lambert College, to do my advanced diploma in childcare. So I'm an early childhood development professional.
Wow.
So after I completed, I got a good job. And then one night I heard a voice, and I knew it was the Holy Spirit who was speaking, that I should return to Ghana and be an MP. But there's work there to be done. So it was after some years that I realized that when we started the LGBTQ, advocacy against LGBTQ, then I realized that, that's what the Lord asked me. He said I should come back to Ghana, and that He'll bless me more than I lived in the UK. So I should come back 3 times. He said, come and be MP. So it was the Lord who asked me to come and be MP. That's why I came.
That's why you came.
So I packed bag and baggage and came.
Immediately?
I wasn't going to come to Ghana because I thought I was okay there. But when the Lord spoke that I should come to Ghana and be MP, then I packed. I said, God, I didn't have a house in Accra. He says, I'll give you one. And then He compelled a lady to buy me one, actually, for free.
Buy you?
For free. 4-bedroom house.
Wow.
That's a testimony, I'm telling you.
Amazing.
Yes, 2 weeks when I said I didn't have a house, and the Lord spoke to me in the night that I'll give you a house. I said, okay, I'm waiting. The Lord really wants me to go back to Ghana. He says he will give me a house. Let's see how it's going to. I said, God, I know that you are God. When you say it, you do it. So I'm waiting for you. 2 weeks, a lady called and said, look, I want you to stay in London. But you said you want to go to Ghana. I said, yeah, the law says I should go to Ghana. I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to buy you a house. Wow. I said,
You didn't even have to ask.
No, I didn't ask.
Wow.
Then he said, initially I thought I thought it was a joke. Then he said, I should look for a house.
Wow.
So I got somebody to get me a house, a 4-bedroom house.
And she paid for it.
And then she gave me the check, £55,000, 2008, and I paid for. So I had a house. So I knew that the Lord really wanted me back in Ghana, so I came.
So what was the first step you took towards that when you came to Ghana?
That was when I came, I was out relaxing and then and praying. So one day I got up, went to NADMO headquarters to see Mr. Kofi because he knew me already. I was a district coordinator NADMO before I traveled.
Yeah.
So he knew me, so I am back. The Lord says I should come back, so I'm back. So he said, okay, I know the way you are, so lead the operations department. And people were wondering, how can a woman lead the operations department? Then the first rains, when Circle got flooded, when they saw me in my Wellington boat in the rain, and you know, then they knew that this woman, she's
serious about the business.
Else. Yes.
So along the line, you decided that it was time for you to honor the call that God had made on you.
Yeah, because the Lord has asked me to be MP.
I mean, so who did you talk to? Who did you talk to first towards being MP?
No, I talked to my family, my sisters, my sisters and brothers. That the Lord has asked me to come and be MP, so I'm here to be MP.
But you don't have money.
I don't have money. I'm here to be MP. They said primary is expensive. I said, I know it's very expensive, but because the law says I should be MP, I've come and I'll be MP. So 2012, I filed. They said, you won't win. I said,
Once the Lord has spoken.
Once the Lord has spoken, I'm going to win. And I won, and they were surprised.
Wow. But was it an easy, journey from you being in Ghana, coming to meet people who had spent all that time here in the party themselves, who were perhaps even eyeing the MP seat? How easy was it for you?
You see, when I was in Ghana, the work that I did for this country, I told you that 9 years in the revolution, I worked so hard. And after the revolution, I still worked very hard for the party to be what it was at that time. Do you understand? So I was already known as somebody who has really worked for the party.
For the party.
And people were contesting. I had worked more than them. So when I came, I wasn't, I wasn't a new person. In the system, they already knew me, so it wasn't difficult. Except that I didn't have the money. I didn't have the money to contest, but because the law said go and be MP, I said I was going to win.
How did you finally find the money?
No, you see, the person I was contesting, they had the money.
They had the money, yes.
They had the money, but I said people knew me the way I was. When I was a district coordinator NADMO, I was district coordinator NADMO there. 1997 to 2000 until 2000 when we lost. So people knew my activities already. Fire outbreak, I'm on my motorbike, I'm this way, I'm that way, giving out life jackets, training people the use of life jackets and whatever. So they knew about my activities.
So your currency was your track record?
That was it. It was my track record. So people were not looking at somebody who has the money, but they were looking at somebody who can do the work for me, for them. And they said, look, if this woman goes to parliament, he can really, lobby for projects for us. So that was their interest.
When your constituents see you today, do you think they are proud of the decision they made?
They are very proud of me. Because that's how come I won the first time, second time, third time. And I can assure you that this time is going to be big.
It's going to be bigger.
Yes,
why are you so confident of the win this time?
Because they have seen the work they have done, even though I'm in opposition. From 2013 to 2016, my party was in power. From 2017 to 2024, if you go to my constituency, look at the projects that I have done, the projects I've executed. You won't believe that this is an MP in opposition and doing this. So they keep asking that, why is the MP the one doing this? For the past 4 months, I've sunk 55 boreholes. And then schools under trees, schools under, shades. When it rains, children will have to run, back home and all that. Putting up pavilions, beautiful pavilions. And the people are so happy.
And this is all from your common fund?
Yeah.
I see.
Yes. So the people, I don't mess with my common fund. So that's what I'm doing. And the people are happy. And my NHS fund, you go to this community, they walk several miles to be able to get to the nearest place for first aid or whatever. I put up 2 or 3 rooms so that they can put 3 or 4 nurses there. So this is what I'm doing. And the people are happy. They're happy with me. So now you see that the youth in my constituency, they are actually moving from whatever party they are and follow me like something.
And joining the NDC.
I tell you, and joining the NDC. And so when I go to my constituency, you see them in their numbers following me.
Very well.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what a typical day looks like in the life of Honorable Ntoso.
Honorable Reverend Helen Adjoa Ntoso is the Member of Parliament for Krachi West Constituency in the Oti region of Ghana. She was the head of the Search and Rescue Department of the National Disaster Management Organization, NATO. She was also the former Eastern and Volta Regional Minister under the Mahama-led administration. Despite her busy schedules as a Member of Parliament, she still answers her divine call as a Reverend Minister of God. Affectionately called the darling woman of the Krachi West Constituency, her passion is to make a difference in the lives of her constituents.
What we've just seen is what a typical day looks like, and that is brought to us Kind Kesi Kel 360 toothpaste, which provides you and your family with all-round dental protection throughout the day. It would give you fresh breath, it will brighten your teeth, it will prevent cavity and protect your gum. It's approved by the Food and Drugs Authority, which means that its quality is guaranteed. You're watching the Kel Toothpaste PL show. When we come back, we'll delve a bit more into how challenging it is to be a woman in politics in Ghana. Don't go away.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I want fat missy way.
Repacho Bantama.
Matias.
It's her smile.
The fresh breath.
Me Jidi say we use Kel 360 toothpaste. Some kind.
Kel 360 toothpaste.
Gaskia. Kel 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Onim jom kasan.
Ile ko saying. Kel 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
And you will see so feeling kika when you know Kel 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Kel 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back to the Kel Toothpaste PL show. I am Kemeni Amano, and my guest in this episode is Honorable Helen Adjoa Ntoso. She's Member of Parliament for Krachi West Constituency. We've been on Parliament and what you have been doing for your constituency, but you've also represented your constituency and, you know, in a broader sense, the Ghanaian people on committees like gender, where you are ranking member, and defense.
Defense and interior.
Are you still on defense?
Yep.
I see. Are you the only woman on defense?
I was for 2 terms, but for the 3rd time, we have 2 other ladies.
I see. What was it like?
Honorable Zenato
Uh-huh.
is a member, deputy ranking, and then we have another lady from the majority side.
I mean, there's no surprise there being on defense, but was it difficult haggling it out with the men when it came to issues?
Not at all, because you see, I was controlling more than 200 men. Some of them were older than me. Some were older than me for 9 years. So when it comes to competing with men, I don't have a problem at all.
You made your voice heard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem at all.
But on the gender and committee, why has the affirmative action bill slugged the way it has?
I remember that in 2015, 2016, when Honorable Oyelita was the Minister for Gender, you know, this bill was started. And then for where she got to, we were almost through.
Yeah.
And then when we lost, and in 2017, when MPP took over the mantle, you know, the number of times ministers have been changed at the ministry. So you start, and this minister is changed, and then so for this period, I think 3 ministers have been changed. This is the 4th minister. So it was. It's part of the delay in completing the bill, because it's not easy at all.
Right.
I know that some men are not comfortable
with certain things.
So when you talk about equality, they are not happy. So now we use the way.
Do you think it will pass before the end of this session?
I'm sure.
You're sure?
I'm very sure, because we're having the 2nd reading consideration, and I know that they'll support us, because they know that we've gone through this for so many years, and we've also signed on. You know, we have regional, international conventions that Ghana we have signed on. We have ratified some of the some conventions that border when it comes to gender equality or equity. So if we don't enact a law to give it a little push for women to also come into the limelight in decision-making, governance, then we will be lacking, because the world is moving very fast.
Indeed.
And they think that there should be an inclusion. Women should be involved in decision-making, in governance and all that. So there's the need for this bill to pass, so that Ghana can also, because when you talk about the Sustainable Development Goals, they've set another target that by 2030 there should be equality. Now we're struggling on 30%.
That's not good enough.
That's not good enough. 275 MPs and only
about 40 something.
40, 20 on each side. That's 14%. You know, and we are struggling to achieve 30%. So how can we achieve, you know, 50%
equality
by 2030? It's very difficult.
What would you say are the challenges that women face, not only in Parliament, but in politics generally?
If you don't have, like I call it, political shock absorbers, if you don't have it, you can't be a female politician. Because the name tagging is too much. It sounds like every female politician is a prostitute. That's how people, some people see it. When I started, they couldn't get any adverse thing, you know, about me. So all that they were campaigning against me was that I was a barren woman.
How did that make you feel?
You know, I mean, it's funny because I have children. You know, they didn't know. You know, when I started having children, I'll be on a motorbike with my bowler shirt on, you know, until I you know, ride to the hospital to go and...
we need you.
So they never saw me, you know, with a protruding tummy. So people didn't know. They didn't know. So
and they were peddling those lies.
They were just peddling those lies, and people are still not convinced I have children. They are not convinced.
How many of them do you have?
3. So how can I be bothered? And I have adopted children as well.
Plenty of them.
Plenty of them. So I couldn't be bothered. And also, how can a woman lead us? You know, people are not comfortable. There are some people who are not comfortable when they hear that a woman is leading. And then some coming from their families. So if you're a woman and you are married, you are married a woman and your husband is not in support of you contesting, if you want to save your marriage,
then you have to give up your dream.
You have to give up your dream. It happens to some women. So some of us, we are so fortunate that we are supportive, you know. Yeah, my husband is so supportive. Yes, he goes with me to the constituency. We move to campaign grounds and all that. It's not every woman who will get like that.
That's true. What do you do to relax?
I think I'll listen to music.
Listen to music. What's your favorite kind?
It builds the spirit, especially gospel music. It builds up your spirit.
What's your favorite gospel music right now? Ebenezer. I like that. The Kel Toothpaste PL show is brought to you by Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. It's no na ye befa brodichi any bidie na ye they are mixing ye the juju yesing to see yan who here say we go through that process anymore because Kel Toothpaste aquacofa the benefits of charcoal, no activated charcoal, and then they actually tube move fefe. Bema osin aye fita afin so nka entina wenum. Osin be kama kaka emba wenum entino. Se upe bibia ebeboa oni webusuafo dia. You should turn to Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. It's suitable for anybody above the age of 6 years. What would you say to your constituents today, perhaps in the Krachi language?
Makabar kono neka bari darling woman kabali kriwasan membo studio ne neka majere kanaka mastati bale monkwadato bafo fe mobo minister bafo fe sesene still NG MPU bomuka bale no mankan kane my life mastati isubele mu fe mo yokitikiti up and down kamekono nda cafe training kamanya bele fiasio yone so muda barasi fe bele kriwasin bele mu fe mo wadwuma pa so banshan sofia 2024 7 December kanaka bele to ababa so 2020 sesini fry is a fair obiara me ato aba 1k obiara anyi store okay my store koki je e my store kabo me yisu pam let up entala ya line store madam super shabare.
That's it. The last one, what did the last sentence mean? What does it mean?
God bless you.
Oh, I heard a shira. Now that you translated.
Yeah,
amazing. Over here, when our guests come, we always have surprises for them. And yes, and Kind Kessie, our sponsors, we give you products from them. Yes. So we have the Roma mosquito coil. We have the Kel 360 toothpaste, the Kel Kids toothpaste.
Oh, I'm going to try that.
Yes, please do. Wow. And Kel Charcoal. But that's not all. This is our most exciting present we give our viewers. Because everybody who comes on this show, every woman who comes on this show, no matter the titles that you have, we believe strongly that you're a queen. And we see you, we see what you have done, and we want to appreciate you for it. So anytime that the going gets tough, we hope that when your eyes, hits the stool, you remember that, yes, I'm a queen. I've come this far by grace and by dint of hard work. Thank you so much for being who you are. Thank you so much for sharing your blessing with us.
Indeed. So grateful.
Indeed. We are so happy to have you here.
So grateful. This is very significant.
Yes.
This shows that I'm really going to win come 7th December. Very, very significant. A stool, you know the symbol. Stool means that It's authority.
We bless that.
It's authority.
Indeed,
So
indeed.
I'm so grateful.
Thank you
God
too for
bless you,
coming.
producers.
Please take a seat. What would you say to young girls who are watching you today?
The young girls who have watched me today should read Hebrews 12:1. It's about perseverance in a race. These young ones now, they rushing and they rush to crash. So I advise them not to rush in life. They should persevere, seek the face of God, and make sure that they worship God in truth and in spirit.
Indeed.
And the sky will be their limit.
So we are so happy that you graced our sets today with your presence, Honorable.
Thank you very much for also your time, and thank you for having me at your studio. I'm so excited that I've also come to share
your
my story, my testimonies,
and we love it
to you. And I know that I think this relationship should continue.
It should, and we'll make sure it does.
Okay.
We'll make sure it does.
Okay.
And for you at home, we are also glad that you stayed with us to watch this entire episode. Our phenomenal lady today is Honorable Helen Adjoa Ntoso. She's Member of Parliament for Krachi West, and she's been sharing her story with us, a story of perseverance, a story of faith, determination, and, you know, one of honesty in everything that you do. If you haven't learned anything at all, I hope that these 4 pillars will be guiding principles for you wherever you are on this planet. We're happy that you will stay with us here on the Kel Toothpaste PL show. Remember, we are brought to you kind courtesy Kel 360, Kel Kiss, and Kel Chaco. I am Kameni Amano. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.